There's no life quite like being a storm chaser. You spend hours on end, cooped up in a vehicle, drive thousands of miles, sometimes on little sleep, all in hopes of getting a small glimpse at one of the most awe-inspiring spectacles this beautiful planet dishes out. In years like 2024, scoring tornado after tornado, and this relentless spring, it motivates you more than ever to keep chasing harder and scoring bigger than ever before, and it can make you feel absolutely unstoppable. But with the highs, also come the lows. But we'll get to that later. For now, let's take it back to June 2nd, into the Texas Panhandle, where my good friend Max, who you've seen in previous videos, and I were hired to guide Tour 6 of Extreme Tornado Tours. Not many know this, but people travel from all over the world and join these tour companies to learn the basics of forecasting and chasing, and trust us to get them that ultimate prize of a tornado. Coming off a historically active May, many chasers, including myself, wondered if June would come in as hot as where we left off in May. And as we watched towers begin to bubble and rapidly turn into a supercell, 2024 was about to show us that it was far from over, and these guests were about to have the chase of a lifetime. As the storm continued to rotate and organize, it was a race against time before we ran out of roads due to the cap rocks of Texas. But there's also a reason this area is referred to among storm chasers as Cap Rock Magic.
Really cranking back there.
Oh yeah, that's getting ready to do it. I don't know, you want to just stop?
And as we repositioned, the magic of the Cap Rock would work.
Fully condensed. There we go. All the way down. Oh, it's
Hold on
roping
to your
out.
horses.
It's roping out.
Is it?
Yeah. Still carouseling like killer.
This tornado unfortunately roped out before we could get a closer view, and we still craved that truly up-close and personal experience for the guest. Thankfully though, this storm was far from over, and as we pulled off on another dirt road, a new tornado was born, except this time it had a twin brother, and both were fighting for dominance through the atmosphere. Then it happened. The fight was over, and the closest tornado established itself and fully planted and danced with the magical hour of gold as the sun began to fade for the day. In a year of such devastation, we watched in awe for over 20 minutes as this nearly stationary tornado snaked its way through the canyon and remained over open fields. The perfect tornado.
Wow. sec.
When you make someone's dream come true, there's no other feeling like it in the world.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Oh my gosh.
Is that the best tornado you've seen?
The only one. Well, all three of them were the best tornadoes.
That's right.
And we howled in celebration as the epic year of 2024 continued. And this was just day one of 6 more days to come.
Surprised they had a decent selection in there, actually.
We celebrate tonight.
We're having clouds. Clouds are good enough.
Clouds are good.
Following the high of what we had witnessed in the Texas Panhandle, the overall weather pattern slowed down quite dramatically, and we found ourselves back into the land of Nebraska, where we got on an absolute unit of a tornadic supercell near the small town of Arnold as it drifted over the sandhills. While not as photogenic as what we had seen before, we even documented yet another strong tornado, this time lurking back in the rain just northeast of town,
Tornado in front of us,
and
guys.
received a
That big
rating
white
of
cone.
EF2.
You can pop out for a second if you want. Just code red, stay right next to the van.
The structure fest continued as we approached I-80, where the menacing storm eventually overtook us and dropped copious amounts of hail before pushing off to the south. But the absolute showstopper for the evening would hands down be the epic Mamadas-filled skies at sunset. Mamadas clouds are sinking pockets of air on the back side of storm complexes, and with a clear horizon, they can saturate the skies with oranges like you've never seen. A picture-perfect way to end Tour 6.
Why are we in Duluth, Minnesota? This is so dumb.
You ready to be in the Gulf of Mexico in like 8 days?
No.
Just off to the west, multiple supercells erupted into the tree-filled landscape. After letting the first storm go and racing after a better-looking storm nearby to the west, I sat in my car in awe, seeing the structure beginning to reveal itself behind the trees. With difficult viewing and rotation increasing, I put up my drone for a bird's eye view where I'd document the first tornado of the day, an EF2 near Aiken, Minnesota. After it became wrapped in rain, I quickly brought down the drone and moved in for the close range intercept as it began to rope out. In a strange way, it was almost peaceful watching the tornado dance with the singing of the birds and not an ounce of wind to be heard. Multiple other weaker tornadoes would be produced by this same storm before dissipating, and as if the day couldn't get any better, I was joined by some local friends and enjoyed the sun fade across the horizon. After such an epic week of storm chasing, it was hard not to feel like you were on top of the world, but every moment, every decision we make every second that counts is leading up to something we don't expect. Something you can't calculate for. The lows.
I'll live by black horse grill guards. This is what a 70-mile-an-hour impact looks like to a deer.
Despite what could have been worse, all of my airbags had gone off in the impact and my car was deemed a total loss. One would think, after being carless, mildly injured, and having to transport literally everything you own to Oklahoma City, and with your friend's windshield crippled from hail, the last thing on a normal person's mind would be chasing. And you'd be right. But it's a good thing we aren't exactly what you call normal.
While I was on my way back, I struck a deer as it decided to run out in front of me on the interstate. But tomorrow is looking pretty good in Nebraska, and if that deer thought running into my car and totaling it out was going to get me to stop chasing, it's not happening. So our friend Jordan here was nice enough to pick me up, and we're en route up to Nebraska and hopefully going to see some tornadoes later today. It's going to be a pretty tricky forecast, but feeling pretty good about it.
June 12th was a day where previous mistakes in years past were learned from, and while storms did not look like much at the time, they were very isolated, and we committed to the northern target, and it was about to pay off in a big way, as a rapidly rotating wall cloud could be seen on the horizon.
Tornado! Stop.
We're gonna have to go if we're gonna go.
Go!
Yeah, we're good. Go.
Stop here. No, this is good. Yeah, put your hazards on. Debris.
The tornado is currently hitting a farmstead,
Yep.
tossing equipment like toys and obliterating a protective canopy as it sits nearly
You hear it.
stationary over the farmland.
Yep, doing big damage.
A lot of damage.
Nah, it's just down.
Lots of debris. Let's just stay here.
If you want, you keep up north.
Just hang on. Wait till it gets a little closer. Still moving left or right.
Yeah, I know. That's our thing.
We're safe. 100% safe.
Still just demolishing that spot there. Yep. Oh, wow.
The rain.
Yeah. Oh, it's ripping more stuff
Oh no.
right at us.
Wow.
It's ripping out, though.
This tornado might have lifted, but the day was far from over as another circulation was brewing to our west, and another photogenic tornado was about to be born.
All right, let's go. Right here in the field. In the field.
This tornado thankfully remained over open fields and relatively weak, and with its high contrast provided a perfect opportunity for an up-close view. But something far stronger and more destructive was brewing off to our east, as yet another storm was beginning to strengthen rapidly. Right now, the tornado is so strong, it's leaving a scar in the ground as it snakes and whips its way across the Nebraska fields, just before narrowly missing a resident's house, but completely obliterating the nearby barn.
Oh! Go, 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 go! Oh my God! Keep going. Easy, easy. Yep. Keep going, Jordan. Stop, just stop. Stop right here.
Debris raining down and a horrible road ahead, we let the tornado pass and got a bird's eye view as the destructive tornado begins to rope out in the most spectacular way possible. The following day, we'd go back and visit the scene where our drones revealed the eye-popping path of damage left behind. You would think our journey would end there, though, right? Well, you couldn't be more wrong.
What about to do, Jordan? We're about to take this bird off, refractors, and then we're gonna go to Corpus Christi. Why are we going to Corpus Christi?
Got some tropical stuff going on. It's getting tropical.
How long is the drive?
We got 16 hours and 40 minutes, 1,083 miles.
Yeah, we do. How do you feel about 2024?
I'm tired, but it just keeps on giving, and we just gotta keep on grinding.
And boy, did it. Alberto might have made landfall in Mexico, but its outer bands would give us one of the biggest surprises of 2024 yet off of the Galveston coastline.
That's down! Right out there! I see it on the camera!
Oh, it is.
It is!
That's a spook. We got a spook.
Huge!
Bro. Big water spout. Dude, that's a pipe.
I know, chill.
It's a tornado in the water spout.
As I ran to collect my drone and the tornado began to dissipate, we shouted in excitement. After everything we had been through the last 2 weeks, all of the grinding, all of the miles spent on the road, we couldn't have asked for a better way to cap off this trip, and proved, in order to ride the highs of chasing, you gotta pick yourself up from the lows.